what I'm trying to say, our Reserve Bank is playing a hugely important role of managing this economy.
Okay. Still talking about the Reserve Bank. So banks borrow money from the Reserve Bank, and there's a repo rate, the rate at which they repay the money back to the central bank for having borrowed the money. And then there's a consumer there. Please explain that whole mechanics of the repo rate versus the rate at which banks will charge consumers, and every time the central bank talks interest rate, or whether they cut or increase.
So let's start with, previously we said we go to the bank to borrow money, or the bank then lend that money on to somebody else.
That's right.
Sometimes the bank hasn't got enough money, so they go to the central bank. Central bank is really the bank of banks.
That's right.
The banker of all these banks. So the bank goes, as you say, to the central bank and say, I've got a shortfall today, so I need to borrow 20 million. That's the interest rate, the repo rate, as you say, that they pay on that loan. Now, to make money on these transactions, they lend that money on to us as consumers, and we pay the prime rate. So the prime interest rate is what you and I pay for the money we borrow from the banks. That's more than the repo rate. 3.5% above the repo rate. But through the setting of the repo rate, so if the Reserve Bank realizes inflation is too high, they need to fight inflation, they raise the repo rate. So the banks now have to pay more on their money that they borrowed from the central bank. So now they've got less to lend out to us. But in same time, the prime rate, the rate that we pay to the bank, also goes up because the repo rate has gone up.
That's right.
So through this process, raising interest rates, the Reserve Bank tries to limit the money they lend to banks and the money banks lend to us.
That's right.
And through that process, and also the money that we borrow becomes more expensive. Through that process, they can try and hold back on the economy a little bit to fight inflation, to make sure prices doesn't rise as fast.
Okay. So now, is this the reason why every time the Reserve Bank increases interest rates, rather, let's say the repo rate, then banks follow suit and they increase their prime lending rate? So as a consumer, if I was paying 5,000 Rand on my bond, now I'm going to be paying extra because the Reserve Bank has increased that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then how does that impact consumer spending power when the interest rates are increased, and versus in the context of controlling inflation?
So absolutely. So now let's say you've got a monthly budget, 10,000 Rand, but suddenly you pay more on your interest portion of that budget. And incidentally, you pay more on petrol as well because petrol prices have gone up. So suddenly of your 10,000 monthly budget, your interest payments and your petrol have increased, let's say from 2,000 to 3,000 in total. So you've got 1,000 less to spend elsewhere. So all those extra incidental stuff, when you're at the till and you thought, okay, I'll buy this chocolate. Or monthly you go to the Spur and suddenly this month I realized, hang on, I can't go to the Spur. So that money is less than spent into the economy. So if you multiply that across all the households in the country, suddenly people are going out less to the Spur. They don't buy all the chocolates. They don't buy all the cool drinks. They don't go to McDonald's on their way home. So less money being spent in the economy. That means businesses are struggling now. Their profits aren't so great because their turnover isn't so great. We as consumers don't spend so much. So they can't put up their prices as much as they wanted to.